All right, class, this is AutoCAD area and perimeter through mini golf. So this one is kind of fun. We're going to recreate these three mini golf holes, and then you're going to get to create your own version for number 4. So what we're going to do is first we're going to download this, and I've already got mine downloaded, and we'll open it up into AutoCAD. And this is what it'll look like when it's complete, minus your create your own. And then mini golf perimeter, it'll look like this when you first open it. So you're going to have a blank space here, 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 and of course there. And then down here it says enter total area and perimeter. So we're going off this premise that you're working at a mini golf course and your supervisor says, hey, we need to re-turf these 3 holes here, and we need to do some curbing. So we need to know both the perimeter and the area for that in order to purchase the right amount of materials. So this feels, very much like a classic math problem here, but tried to connect it to some reality. And one thing we have to kind of go with and just accept is that this is in inches, and so this is a very mini course. Yeah, really small. So this is itsy bitsy, but we'll just go with it. So anyway, so our first thing is we're going to draw this it's the kidney bean shape. And it looks like we've got a major circle right here. There's a radius, well, it's an arc really, but we'll just pretend it's a circle, of 1.25 and another one that is 1. So we're going to double both of those. That one's going to be 2.5 and 2. So we're going to draw those first in here. Go to my model tab and go to circle. I guess I could do radius, and then I don't have to worry about doubling anything, so it's 1.25 and 1. So I'm going to go circle, and draw this. So it's 1.25, enter. Make sure I've got my object line selected. I'm going to go another circle right here, and it's 1 inch, enter. And then I'm going to use my parametric to tell it to go a certain distance between. So it goes 3 inches back and between the two, and then 0.5 inches up. So I'm going to go linear, click on the edge here, type in 3, enter, and then I can go to another one for linear, from here to here, and then bring your cursor over to this side, and it's 0.5, enter. And then just to be safe, because I did place these dimensions and those circles. However, when I first place them, they're not constrained to stay that size. If I were to if I edit this at all, or like click and drag, it can change to whatever size, and we want to make sure it doesn't do that. So we can either lock it, or we just use dimension right here for diameter. Click on there, it should already be 2.5, hit enter, do the same thing to this other one, hit enter, and now those are locked. So those ones can't be changed without me editing those dimensions. So if I try to click and drag on here, it's going to say, hey, do you want this to be larger? Nope, I can't. So those are constrained, and that's good, because the next 2 lines we're going to do are arcs. So we've got this big arc here, and this one here. They're both 4 inches, but we've got to make them tangent. So I'm going to go home, and I'm going to do an arc tool, and we're going to do, I wonder, I'll try 2 different ways. So this first way, I'm just going to use just a normal arc. And I like start and radius for this kind of a situation. It may not work out great, but we'll try. So I'm going to click on here, and then over here, it's going to ask for a radius. And then if you want to flip directions, you can hold Control, and we'll go the other way. Yeah, and then place it. So you can see that's definitely not really how we want it. Looks pretty bad, actually. So we can adjust it by grabbing this handle, bringing it down, and then we're going to add some constraints in here. So first I want to make this, I'm going to go to parametric. I'm going to say, hey, let's make this 4 inches. I'm going to type 4, enter. And then I want to make sure that it's tangent. So I'm going to go tangent here and here, and then tangent again, here and here. And notice that they've got this weird deal where there's a gap. So that's pretty common. It's not that it isn't tangent, it is, but it's just not extended all the way. So to fix that, go to the Home tab, and underneath Trim, you can click Extend. And Extend is really nice. If I click on this, it will just automatically extend it to a point where it's touching. So we can do that here as well. Boom. And there it is. So that's the top line. And then I'm going to do the one below, and I'm going to go, and just for fun, let's try circle. And I'm going to do tangent, tangent, radius. So this is another way. There's lots of different ways to do this, but this is another way we can do it. So I'm going to go tangent, tangent. It's going to have the radius. I'm going to type in 4, hit enter. It's going to make this huge circle, which is fine. One problem, however, is it's flipped the wrong direction. So it should have flipped the other way, but oh well. So I'm going to try that one more time, see if I can't make it do that. And if I put my cursor down here, didn't like it. Okay, well, guess not. So we'll just go back to the arc tool. So I'm going to click here, here, and then Control to make it go the opposite direction. And it's going to look really bad, but that's okay. Just manually click up here, drag that point down, place it more or less like this. So I'm kind of getting an estimate more or less. Then I'll go to parametric, tell this to be 4. And wow, it really didn't like that. And I'm going to click it again and just say, hey, I want you to be up here. And then I'll go tangent. So tangent here. And tangent another time right here. Perfect. And then we'll use extend, and I can just type in EX. Should go extend. And then click here and here. And that will connect that. Cool. Now let's go ahead and trim and get rid of, oh, sorry, escape and then trim and get rid of this stuff on the inside. And that is our profile right there. So if I want this to be all connected, I can join them. Type in join, enter. I can select all of this, hit enter. And now this is all one big happy family. The next thing I want to do is put in the circle right here, which is this hole. And it's 0.25 in diameter. So I'm going to go home, circle, let's use diameter. If I float over this, this should show up. If it doesn't, make sure that your snap over here, these are all selected. Where we're looking for is the center point. So that's got to be activated in order for that to show up. So I'll go circle right here, 0.25, enter. Nice. So there is our first one. So we're going to go ahead and go to Hedge Tool, go to Solid, change it to green's probably an appropriate one, and then click there, enter. So we've got this this shape right here, and that is what we want. So I'm going to go in now and type in, I want to figure out my area. So I'm going to type in area, and then enter. And then it's going to say down here, object, add area, subtract area, what are we doing? And I'm just going to type in O and hit enter for object, and then just click on this. And it's going to give me the perimeter and the area right here next to my cursor and down here, but it does fade away. So it's like, well, thanks for telling me, but I still need to see it. If we go down here and hit the up arrow, it will show us our history. And the very most recent thing is going to be right here, this area 11.485985, and then perimeter 14.1, all that good stuff. And that is accounting for the missing space in here as well. So it counts all of the object lines going in there, so including for the hole, and then for the area, everything except for the hole there. So I'm going to right click and just say copy. I'll go back to final drawing. Here it says enter total area here. Double click, highlight everything, Control V, and there it is. So there's your area and perimeter. Cool. And then last little step here that I just think is kind of fun is to draw a line, like showing like how you could get a, oh, sorry. I'm going to use my favorite arc tool, which is, nope, this one, Start and Direction. So I'm going to click over here and here, and then just make it kind of follow a path right here. Yeah, let's say 50 degrees. And I'm going to change that line into a hidden line, so it's a dashed line. So in my final drawing, it'll look like that. So that says, you know, this is how you could get a hole in one on that, assuming this is kind of like a slope. Okay. All right. So the next one is hole number 2, and this is this like kind of like the number 6, sort of, maybe a weird looking 9. I don't know. So this one, if you hit this angle perfectly, make a right angle out of it, you could get a hole in one, or you could follow this curve around and, you know, probably sink it in 2 pretty easily. So this one, we're going to draw this first arc right here, and I'm actually going to draw 2 circles. I'm going to draw one that has a diameter of, or what we'll do with the radius tool, of 3 and 1.5, and they'll share the same center point, and we'll use that to build the rest of this. So back here, model, and I'm going to draw a circle with a radius, and I already forgot, it's 3 and 1.5. So we'll go circle radius, and this one is 3, enter. We'll do another one, and this one's 1.5, enter. And I'm going to draw a line from this center point that goes over here, like that. And then another line that goes straight up. Should be, well, it's not snapping. Normally it will snap to the, well, okay, where's that? Oh, there we go. I'll just trim what's extra. Okay, and then trim. Get rid of all of this extra stuff. There, so we got this nice right angle is kind of what, or well, left turn, I should say. And then there's going to be a box right here. You can't really tell. It's not super well defined, but there's a square in here that is 1.5 by 1.5. So we'll go right here. Rectangle tool. We'll draw a square. That's 1.5 tab 1.5, enter. And then got this nice little circle that's going to curve around here. It says it has a radius because it's not a complete circle, so it's an arc. 1.25. So I'm going to go circle with radius and just go right there. Boom. So, oh, actually, I'm not sure that's right. Let's double check. I think it is, though. So here to there, 1.5. Yep, that should be good. Okay, and then, so we've got that. Looks good. Got that flat section, and the so then the hole goes there. I'm not gonna lie, that feels a little bit off. I'm trying to that one out there, so it goes there. This one's up, that one's up. Let's see this really quick. I can annotate this and figure that out. That's what it is. Okay, so that's what this doesn't say, and I need to relabel that. But it goes 1.25. That's why there's a little space there. So I'm going to go back here. Oh, back here. And go up. So down, so it's 1.25. 1.25, tab 90, enter. Let me draw it. .25, tab 90, enter. There we go. And then circle. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, 1.25. Okay. Crisis averted. I had the wrong diameter, that's why. So I'm going to draw a circle right here in the middle, and I guess I should use diameter. Right here, 0.25, enter. And then I'm going to trim, get rid of all this stuff. There we go. This is what we should be seeing. Perfect. Okay. And I believe that is correct. It's looking better. And then we're going to do join. So I'm going to type in the join tool. Highlight everything. I missed it. And all of that. Enter. And now all of this should act as a single piece. Then I'm going to go and type in hatch. Click right there. Enter. Now I can get my area. So I'm going to go area, enter, click here. Or sorry, I already goofed that up. It's undo. We want O. Start over. Okay. Area, enter. O, enter. Click on this area here, and it will tell me the area, and I can copy it from history. I go Control C, and then in here, in file drawing, double click on this, and Control V, and there's that. So then, just as the nice little touch here, we're going to add in our how to get a hole in one. So I'm going to start backwards on this one. Draw a line so it connects right there. Escape. I'm going to draw a line that connects those there. Trim the extra, and then turn that line into a hidden line so that it's dashed. Okay, and on my final drawing, let's show us how we can get that hole in one. Cool. All right, so the third one is, it looks like it's tricky. I actually think it's easier than the second one. This one, if you look at it carefully, this is actually just a bunch of rectangles with chamfers, which are easy to do. So the rectangle here goes 3 inches over, and then there's a chamfer in the corner, and there's another one that goes 3 inches down, and then this one goes over 2 inches. So right there, so it goes 3, and all of these are 1 inch by 3 or 2 inches. And then we do the chamfers last and just add the circle. So it doesn't look easy, but it is. So I'll go back to model. I'm going to go down to this corner. I'm going to go to rectangle tool. Start with this upper one. It goes over 3, tab 1, enter. And then I'm going to grab another rectangle. Click this corner. Be very careful to select the corner. If you don't get it just right on it, it won't work as a hatch later. So we'll do 1, tab by 3, enter. Nice. Then we're going to go this one. It goes 2, tab 1, enter. And then while I'm at it, I'm just going to grab the circle. And I already forgot how big it is. It says there's a radius of 1. So if we've got diameter, it'll be 2. Whoops. This will be 2. Nice. And then let's just add the 0.25, the hole. And then we're going to trim. Enter. Get rid of this. Get rid of this stuff. stuff in here. Nice. And then this is where it makes it look like, well, it's easy now, and then just adding the chamfers makes it look like it's really difficult. So the chamfers, it doesn't super explain it very well. It just says this 45-degree typical, which just means all of these angles are the same. They're all going to be 45 degrees. And it does say right here that that difference from here to here is 1 inch. And from here to here, whew, good sneeze there, is 0.5. And so we're just going to use 0.5 and 0.2, or sorry, 1 and 0.5. I've already lost it. Where'd it go? Yeah, so 1 and 0.5. So go back to model, and this one, and I'm going to go chamfer tool, and it's going to ask, if I go to the down drop, it's going to ask to find the distance. So I'm going to click enter. It's going to say specify the first distance, and there's going to be 2 of them. Type in 1, enter, 1, enter, and then I click here and here, and there. I'll get rid of that. I'll go to chamfer again, and it will remember the last input we used, like that, which looks really good. And then we just got to get these small inner corners, and these ones are 1/2 inch. So go chamfer again, down arrow, go to distance, enter, 0.5, enter, 0.5, enter for both distances, and click here and here. And then I can hit spacebar and to reselect the chamfer tool right there. There we go. And then I can go ahead and hatch. Select on the inside there. Looks good. Yep, then let's add our line just for kicks and giggles. Right here. It intersects with this point, goes straight down, and then it intersects in there. Okay, and then my line is not showing up. That might happen to you. It's really weird when it does this. But so I've changed it to a hidden line. It's still not showing up. My final drawing, I can't see it either. It kind of shows up right here. And this is just a weird quirk with AutoCAD. I've had some success fixing it, but often it doesn't work until I print it or I send it out as a PDF. So I've got that. One thing I can try is right-clicking on the line and going to draw order and say bring to front or bring above objects. And it should work, but it doesn't. Whoop, but it doesn't. Doesn't look like it here, but once we do the output, it will probably look right. So just as an experiment, let's check that out. So output, export, PDF. I'm just going to call this 2. Save. And when I open it up, yeah, so it showed up in there. So that's good. I don't know why it doesn't show up in the thing. Sometimes if you close AutoCAD and then reopen it, it will come back and it's fine. So anyway, so your last bit is creating your own. And on this one, you have to also include, I'll make sure that it's possible to get a hole-in-one somehow. So you can be pretty creative with this, as long as you've got like a note that says, like, maybe you've got like, like a jump or something in there, or like a secret tunnel or something like that through the mountain and all that good stuff to get to the hole. So anyway, that is it. So once you've got your hole drawn and you've got the area and all that good stuff, you can go right here, type in mini golf right there, your name and the date, and then you'll be all set. So thank you for your patience in this one. I feel like I messed up a few things on this, but we made it through there, and you are awesome for sticking with it. So thank you, and have a wonderful day.